Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about something serious that's been in the news a lot and how it affects your family, and that's the strikes on Iran. And listen, I'm not here to play political referee. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, leaning left, leaning right, or some conspiracy nut job. All I want to do is kind of relate this on how it affects your family and your everyday life, because it's going to, guys. So let's try to stay as middle of the road as we can, and let's get into it. So right now, the U.S. and its allies have carried out military strikes against Iran. And unless you live under a rock, you know that the U.S. and Israel have hit several targets in Iran as of right now. And Iran has responded with threats and strikes on key shipping routes. So with that being said, most of the news is headlines about global tension. Well, what does that mean at home? Okay, guys, so instead of it being a political thing and us getting into politics, I want to talk about the practical side of how it's going to affect us and our families. The first thing it's going to affect, and you've probably already seen it, is your money. As it's happened time and time again, when these types of things go on in the Middle East, energy and gas prices, go up and down, mostly up. When, the oil suppliers feel that they're being threatened or something's going to happen to their chain, they hedge and prices start going up. That's just the way of the world. The unfortunate part for us is most of the time you see that at the pump. And that's where you get your gas prices fluctuating, which sucks. What does this mean for you and your family? Well, it means it costs you more to get your kids to school. It costs you more to commute to work. It costs you more to take that vacation you've been wanting. So in other words, it affects your monthly budget. So it affects your family in more ways than one. And there again, guys, not trying to put the cart before the horse, but that's why I say so much. You need a plan. You need savings. You need things in place, because this day and age, nobody knows what's going to happen next. And that's the scary part. So you have to have something in place for the next play in life to protect you and your family, especially your family and your kids, because you don't want them to miss out just because the world's crazy right now. And before it happens, I know somebody's going to get on here and say, well, all he cares about is money and the price of gas and groceries. What about the people over there that died? You know what? Like I said, it's not political. I'm trying to tell you what's happening to us here in America, to our families, because of the conflict. Okay? If you want to listen to a channel where somebody talks about the world problems and how everything's so horrible, go somewhere else. I'm just trying to help you take care of your family and help myself at the same time take care of my family. So now that we're clear on that, let's get back into it. Anyways, back to the higher shipping costs and higher costs in general. When things like this happens and oil is in short supply or the supply chain has been broken, then you see it in other places too. You see it at the grocery store. You see it at the gas pump. You see it in clothes. I mean, everything is made with oil or some type of oil. And transport, it's fuel, guys. I know everybody wants to say, oh, but we got electric cars now, but 90%, if not 99.9% of everything that's shipped uses fuel, not electricity. So that means higher prices at the grocery store and everywhere else too because of this. And I'm not even going to get started on inflation, because that has nothing to do with this video, but oh my gosh, that's a whole nother video in itself. The other place that it affects is your savings, your retirement, things like that, because uncertainty in the world, You know, it makes the stock market nervous. So if you've got a 401k or, you know, your own personal brokerage and that you work with yourself, it's all going to be affected, guys. We're all going to lose money. So just hang in there. It'll balance back out. But right now it's scary because, you know, if you follow the stock market at all, everything is up and down right now in a bad way. But, you know, over the years, I've figured out that if you just hold on, if you can, you know, if you can afford to, it does get better. It eventually all balances out. And even if the prices don't spike overnight, you know, instability, it causes businesses not to want to invest or hire or other things like that, which can affect your paycheck. You know, it all depends on where you work. Take, for example, if you own a small business and you have a fleet of trucks running around and doing lawn service, for instance, or a plumbing service, something like that, that affects your bottom line and it affects everybody. The other thing that it affects, and this may not, you know, pertain to you personally, but a lot of people have family abroad right now. Worries about safety and communication disruptions are, you know, traumatizing to families who have family members who might be on mission trips or something like that, working over in those areas, surrounding areas. You know, there's a lot of people across this world that's hurting right now. And let's be honest, guys, some people see these strikes as necessary for the defense and the stability of the U.S. right now. Others worry about the consequences that's going to come later and, you know, escalation throughout the world. And the truth is, both views have merit. And I'm not dismissing either side. I'm just trying to represent how it's affecting us here at home. So all that being said, here are 4 things that you can do as a family man, as a dad, or as a family in general to help prepare yourself for the future and help make this a little easier. Number 1, prepare your budget for groceries and gas to possibly go up. You know, give yourself a little leeway there, a little extra money, because you may need it. Number 2, talk with your family about world events, because believe it or not, guys, as connected as our kids are with technology, they hear a lot that they don't understand about what's going on in the world. So it's better for you to sit down and talk to them and for you to explain to them what's going on in your opinion and have that connection with them instead of them just getting it from some random joker on Google, you know, or something like that. That way they can have that family touch and know that, you know, this is going to be okay. Mom and Dad's got this. Number 3, stay informed by multiple reliable sources. Don't be one of those people who just sits and watches CNN and believes everything they say, or Fox News, and that's gospel. You know, find out the truth for yourself. Dig into it. Look into it. See what's going on in the world. Because if you're watching just one news program, you're missing out on about 75% of what's going on, and, you know, who knows how much of it's actually true. And number 4, concentrate on what you as a dad can control. Take time with your family, like I said, to sit down, budget, all these things you have control of. You can do things about these. You can keep the panic within your family from escalating. You know, it's a dad's job to keep his family leveled out. You know, and moms too. It's a dual, you know, it's a dual process. But take care of what you can take care of, and don't add to that. Don't add more fear to that by letting them see what you're worried about. Study it, figure out what you can do, and execute, guys. And like I said, this is ongoing. There's going to be more to come out. I'm just trying to get you ready for what's going on right now. You know, the strikes just happened a couple of days ago. They're just now telling, you know, who all is dead of the leadership. Who knows where this is going to go? But right now, at this moment, you can watch this video and you can take the things that I've told you and prepare for next week, next month, you know, until we get more information to see what's actually going to happen. With that being said, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'd like to ask you to hit the like button and subscribe, please. And, you know, share this with another dad who it might help. Just keep an eye on things out there in the world, guys. Be safe. Take care of your families. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.